and welcome to a Geeky Bit bonus. Today we're going to be building a mAcTX LC power supply. This device is meant to interface with a Pico ATX power supply and then use that power to provide the required power to any one of the LC Macintoshes. After testing with an ATX power supply, I realized this device only needs 5 volts, as the 12 volts that a Pico power supply would use is already provided by the power supply that it uses. And of course the 3.3 volts aren't used. So I got a 5 volt step down converter, and this should make for a smaller, more efficient mAcTX power supply. So here's what's needed. Of course we'll need some solder, then a soldering iron, and then of course the components to build the mAcTX power supply. And then of course you'll need the 12 volt power supply, the 5 volt step down, and then you're good to go. Okay, well let's build it. Right here, I'm gonna have a time lapse of me building it because you don't need to see the whole thing. So we'll give it about 30 seconds. You can listen to some music, watch me build it, and there you go. Okay, that's it built. Let's go ahead and test it now. Here it's running on a Macintosh LC2, and we got the question mark disk because we don't have an operating system on our hard drive. Now I'm sure you want one of your own because your LC probably has a power supply that might have issues, as many of them did. But that's not exactly possible because unfortunately the files themselves were lost when 68K mla.org had a service interruption and lost a bunch of data. But don't worry, I have excellent news. Down in the description, I'm gonna link to a website that will soon-ish, probably in the next month or two, start to sell a similar device that will be able to power your Macintosh LCs. And for the more adventurous among you, I do happen to have a copy of the KiCad files that went public domain. Along with the KiCad files, I will have a screenshot of the citing of this project becoming public domain, along with the link to the Google cache where it can still be found, as it is not available on 68kmla.org. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it, and if so, feel free to click that like button, and if you're not subscribed so already, feel free to do so, and if you'd like to get notifications of my future videos, click that bell button.